In this video, I'm going to demonstrate a neat technique called microshifting, which allows me to take something like this, which is a solo vocal, and make it sound doubled. In this case, the artist actually recorded a double, which I have hidden here. But you can imagine maybe we want a double vocal and we never recorded one. So this is a great way to get around that problem. Also, you can create a really neat stereo effect with this. So let me play this passage here. You can take a listen to how it sounds, and then we'll demonstrate microshifting.
But it gets a little harder to go there anymore, and to care when I pretend that I'm aware. I'm driving to the Rockies with all the stars above to follow me, in the sky far from the sea. Going back to Lookout Mountain.
Alright, so I've got a very basic mix on this vocal, and what I'm going to do is just duplicate this and show you how I can create the microshifting effect with no third-party plugins whatsoever. I'll give an example at the end of a great third-party plugin that does this, but here's how to do it basically on the cheap, just with what's included in Logic. So we take the track, duplicate it, and then we can duplicate the audio as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to delay this audio. Now we could delay the audio by moving it. Of course, we don't want to move it that much. We could delay the audio by nudging it, right click, move, and nudge right or left. And I can set my nudge value to a certain amount of milliseconds here. And what we want to do is delay it by maybe around 20 milliseconds. So I could nudge it twice. So that's another way. But one thing I can do that's really easy is just take this track and add a delay. So I go to sample delay. I'm going to keep it mono, and we'll change it to milliseconds, and we can just put 20 here. And now this track is delayed by 20 milliseconds. Here it is.
But it gets a little harder to go there anymore, and to care when I pretend that I'm aware.
So you see, it gives that doubling effect. Another thing I can do with this is pan both of them, and if you have headphones on, you're going to notice this is a very dramatic effect. Here it comes.
But it gets a little harder to go there anymore, and to care when I pretend that I'm aware.
So you can pan the double, the same location that the original is, to just make it sound like a regular doubled vocal, or you can mess with the panning to have that stereo effect. A more common thing would be to pan them just a little bit like this, and then you kind of get the best of both worlds. Here's how that sounds.
It's a little harder to go there anymore, and to care when I pretend that I'm aware. I'm driving to the Rockies with all the stars above to follow me, in the sky far from the sea. Going back to Lookout Mountain.
So there it is. That's a really basic tutorial on microshifting. Now, before I end the video, I want to show one cool plugin that does this without the need for actually doubling the track. It'll do it right on the original, and that is called Microshift. It's made by Sound Toys. Here it is right here. And in addition to just keeping it mono, if I want to get that panned stereo effect, I can choose this one here. This is what the plugin looks like, and here's what it sounds like. I'll play the original first.
But it gets a little harder to go there
There's the original.
anymore,
Here comes the microshift.
and to care when I pretend that I'm aware.
Makes that funky sound when it turns on, but
And driving to the Rockies,
now we have this
with
cool
only
doubled
stars
sound.
above to follow.
And you can change this to be a little bit less extreme. You can focus on a specific frequency. There's 3 different algorithms to choose from. They all have their own character. If you turn up the detune, then the doubled one will sound a little bit less in tune. And if you turn the delay up and down, this is just like we were doing with sample delay. Tight would be just a few samples, and loose would be lots of samples. A good starting point if you're going for a double vocal would be all the way wet, all the way down, turn the detune all the way up, and turn the delay all the way down. I like this to start with, and then I'll show you how I modify it.
and drive into the Rockies.
So this gives me that doubled sound.
With only stars
If it's not doubled
above
enough,
to
I turn this up.
follow me in the sky far from the sea.
If I start to hear pitch issues, I pull this back. 'Cause technically you can and will get pitch issues that are offensive if you have this turned up too much. It just depends on the vocal. But again, this is just on a vocal, but you could use this on a guitar, you could use this on a synth, you could use it on, I could put it on these backing vocals to make these backing vocals sound much bigger and wider. You can do all kinds of different things. It's very common that you might have a whole bunch of harmonies like this, and maybe, in the recording process, we forgot to record this harmony here, so we might need to double this one, for example. So this is a great little tip, microshifting. Give it a try. Check out Microshift by Sound Toys if you want something with a little bit more character. Otherwise, you can just use the doubling technique that I showed at the beginning of the video. Hope you like it.